Nissan in-game live. Ron Jaworski on Michael Barkann. 10-3 in favor of your Philadelphia Eagles. Jaws, initial impressions of the first half. One that, unless I'm mistaken, did not have Saquon Barkley in it for the latter portions of the half. We'll try to find out more about that. But what do you think about the Eagles on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, I thought a solid first half. Obviously, Saquon had 5 carries for 30 yards. Looked like he was getting a little that Zuzu back and a little quickness. He did leave the game. It looked like he had some sort of lower body injury, but I don't want to play doctor here and say what he does have. But I thought the offense did a really good job. It's good to see Devontae and A.J. Brown each with 4 catches. Devontae 4 for 75 and A.J. Brown 4 for 35. So they're involved in the offense. We've been talking about A.J. and, of course, Devontae for the whole season, literally, about how do we get them more involved and make this offense more explosive. But Denver's a good football team. They could easily be 4-0. They've lost 2 games with 0-0 left in the clock with field goals. So you can see they're a good football team. But I like the way the Eagles are playing. They're more aggressive, getting the ball down the field. We're getting explosive plays. The defense has been outstanding. I think Denver has about 110 yards total offense in the first half. So I think so far we get the ball caught in the second half. I think we're in good shape.
And statistically, the Eagles, as you touched upon, they're all over it with regard to total first downs, third down efficiency, total net yards rushing and passing. And Jalen Hurts has a passer rating of 106.9. At one point, it was 126. The way he has run the offense, and only had 1 rushing attempt, -1. It was a sack. But normally he has more rushes in the first half than this.
Yeah, the pass protection has been very good. The concern that I'd had, and we talked about on the pregame show, was that this is a good pass rushing team that Denver has. They can get after the quarterback, but I think the ability of Jalen Hurts to run really eliminates a lot of the blitzing things and the types of stunts you like to run as a defensive line. Because if you miss some of those stunts as a pass rusher, you leave a lot of green grass for Jalen Hurts, and he will make you pay. So I think the fact that he can be mobile and move really negates some of the things that Denver wants to do on defense, particularly the pass rush.
Devontae Smith, 6 targets, 4 catches for 75 yards. A.J. Brown, 4 targets, caught all 4 for 35 yards. He had a long of 13. Do you like the distribution through the air of the football?
Yes, and Calcaterra, gets a couple catches early well. And when teams try to take away the wide receivers, that's going to leave that hash area open. And Calcaterra, obviously, he got dinged a little bit too, and he's been out of the game in the second quarter, so I'm not sure the status of that. But getting the tight ends involved really disperses the area of the field where you can throw the football from sideline to sideline. I think you want to throw sideline to sideline and end zone to end zone. When you can make a defense defend the entire football field, you see what Jalen Hurts can do.
If Saquon is slow to return, how does that change the complexion of the offense?
Yeah, I think A.J. Dillon can come in there and make some plays. I mean, he's a downhill power runner. He's a 240-pound running back. So I think you'd probably see maybe a little more of the power running game rather than a misdirection power running game. Not that A.J. Dillon can't do that, but I think Saquon obviously gives you the ability to bounce to the edge. But, as we know for the most part of this season, Saquon hasn't gotten to the edge. Defense haven't allowed him to do that. They protected the edge. So maybe, who knows, A.J. Dillon running straight downhill might help a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of the edge, we talked about the lack of push that the edge rushers have gotten this season. They do have a sack on Bo Nix. It looks like they have been all over him a couple of times, forcing him into errant passes. What did you think of the way the rush and the pressure that they put on Bo Nix was?
I thought the rush was absolutely outstanding. I think Bo Nix is 10 of 21 in the first half, less than 50% complete. He's been flush from the pocket a number of times. I think the front 4 or the front 5, when they start bringing 5, really has been fantastic. This is a good Denver offensive team. They're very explosive coming into the game. They're not done yet, but I think the first half our defense was dominant.
This was a hard-fought first half on both sides. It was an exciting football game. It was a tactical game. It was a game of a field war. What are you expecting in the second half, Josh?
Pretty much the same. Sean Payton is the best designer of offense. I've said it for many, many years. I've been around the league for a long time. He's a great designer of offense. They had a chance for their big play, and Bo Nix missed him. They had a little wheel run right up the sideline, and it was he threw the wide receiver. I was probably looking at a tie score game right now, but Sean Payton will design some plays to get some people open. Now the quarterback's got to hit them, and they got to get open. But don't count out the Denver Broncos just yet. But I like the way the Eagles are playing.
Yes, me too. A reminder, we've got it all coming for you when the clock hits 0 with Eagles Post Game Live on NBC Sports Philadelphia. We'll also have the first segment up on YouTube shortly after the program begins. But tune in right off the bat when the clock hits 0 with Jaws, Jason Avant, Barrett Brooks, and all the interviews, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, everybody from the Philadelphia Eagles. That's Nissan in Game Live.